color embracing, color blind. I fall in love with somebody and saying, you know, I don't know your race or your gender, you're just a generic human being, but I love you too, Dad. No particularity, no specificity, no body whatsoever, just a platonic form, just floating. Of course, I would go further. I'd go with Brother Martin King. Martin King didn't want us to be colorblind. All that appropriation of his sentence that's been going on about the content of character and color of skin, that's not what he had in mind. No, not Brother Martin. Martin was a Christian man. He wanted us to be love-struck when we saw each other. You can't love somebody if you don't have particularity and concreticity. You don't love abstractions. You don't love generic entities. You love them in all of their specificity, all the way out. Now that's a strong claim. It's a very strong claim. Most Christians fall short. But at least he was clear about what the ideal was. And of course, Paul himself says, according to the Greek New Testament, Christians must learn how to die daily. You don't learn how to die in order to be reborn. There's no such thing as a new being, given your old being connected to your old self. It's like falling in love. That old lonely self, staying home by yourself on Friday and Saturday night. That self dies when you fall in love because you get intermingled with another self, and all of a sudden you're feeling that, lo and behold, some rebirth, transformation, metamorphosis has taken place as you can't help but caring so much about that other self you now entangled with. There's no such thing as life without death. There's no such thing as a life in a democracy without our willingness to learn how to die as a society in relation to dogmas like white supremacy, non-supremacy, and so on. Now, why is that important? Because we're living at a moment now where we're stepping out into the unknown. Stepping out into the unknown. It's clear that we are now witnessing the slow melting of the political ice age of the last 38 years. And it goes back not just to Ronald Reagan and Republican conservatism. It goes back to a dogma of free market that began in '78 under Brother Jimmy Carter, deregulating airlines, television. Next thing you know, everything deregulated, privatized, the market-ascribed magical powers, this fetishizing of a legal human construct called the market, feeling as if, lo and behold, it can always deliver, especially for the powerful at the top. That age is over. It is over, and we don't know what's coming next. And what happened during that age? The greed at the top was running amok. Was running amok. Billions and billions of dollars. Millions of dollars in compensation for CEOs and others. When what, 21% of all of our precious children of all colors living in poverty in the richest nation in the history of the world, that's a moral disgrace. 38% of our brown children, 40% of our black children, and let us never forget about our indigenous red brothers and sisters. 44% of their babies, each baby just as precious as any other baby. Wealth at the top, poverty here, hidden and concealed. No serious discussion about it. Many of us have been talking about greed at the top for 30 years, and they say, oh, Brother West, quit whining, just get in on the game, just become well-adjusted. I said, no. All right. If I'm the last voice, given my own crooked heart, I'm going to love my crooked neighbor. I'm going to talk about truth. And I come from a tradition that says that the condition of truth is to allow suffering to speak. Truth is not a proposition. It corresponds to some state of affairs in the world. Not some sentence that connects the object.